Hi and welcome back. In this video we're going to talk about sales processes for raising partnerships, and this is often a difficult topic to handle. In the previous video you learned how to compile an in-kind or any other product and how to develop it throughout the sales process. But before diving into how to build partnerships from zero, I have to stress that this is a difficult and usually a long-term job to do, but at the same time a very rewarding one. Building partnerships means selling all the way. Always keep in mind that you will get a lot of no's in sales, but learn to gather the no's in order to get the yeses. Often it is just a numbers game. When selling, you will realize that there are two types of companies. Firstly, the ones who don't want anything from you but a logo to be put up and are really glad that they can help, and others that want to drain you out from everything you can possibly offer, starting from online promotion and finishing with organizing a company's Christmas party, for example. Keep in mind to balance their needs and their wishes. It is not rational to offer maximum promotion in all your channels when a company only gives you 50 pence, for example. But if they give you food that covers 6 meals during 2 days, obviously they could get everything that you have, as the catering part of the event depends largely on their contribution. Be aware, don't offer everything to everyone, and think through the levels of partnership. But keep in mind, even for the ones who would give something just for a thank you, I advise to offer something small, as it makes the partnership a bit more professional and makes your partners happier. Putting a logo up to a web page, among others, isn't really a difficult job to do. By now you already know what can you offer to the partners and what is your event generally about. Now it's time to start choosing who should be the ones to be contacted. Don't run into contacting you right away. You need to think through what you actually need, as there is no point and it is simply a waste of your time to in-kind everything that comes to your mind. For sure, start with the things or food that you cannot survive without. Later, if you miraculously have some extra time, you can in-kind stuff that would be just cool to have. For example, different games, ice cream, candies, or whatever else comes to your mind. Raising partnerships takes a lot of time, so choose wisely in the beginning. Getting in touch with the first contacts should happen at least 2 months before the event. When organizing a bigger event, it is more advisable to start 3 or even 4 months before, as it also gives the impression about the importance of the event and how professionally you're taking it. Not getting in touch, for example, 2 weeks before the event. Very unprofessional, and can put the company think, where were you before? And actually quite many can't do anything within such a short period of time. Be sure you have a sales plan set and have taken into account some buffer time, as everything can happen in sales. For example, you're contacting and nothing comes. Nothing comes out from that. But you have no choice, you need to find new companies and make another round of contacts. If you start late, sadly, you don't have time for that and you will be stressed out. When choosing the right companies, see what or whom are they supporting and what is your organization's history with them. Maybe you have cooperated before. All the information you gather can be used during the whole selling process, so keep your mind sharp. For example, I have heard and also found from your web page that you are supporting youth projects that do this and this. When putting down the list to contact, I advise to build your own tracking system. For example, in Google Docs, where you write down the name, what you want, and how is it going. Whether you're still discussing and talking with the company, whether you agreed on meeting, or whether you already agreed on some kind of support. Always write everything down into one document, as otherwise you will forget the details and lose track. This has happened with many beginner salesmen, that they forgot they called, and next time they call, they start again from, I sent you an email, I haven't received any answer from you, even though they actually already called. Companies are busy, but not that busy not to remember what they have discussed with you. When choosing the companies, take many from the same area and contact them at the same time. See where the discussion leads, and when you get the satisfying answer from one of them, then do let the others know that you got the partnership with someone else and are no more interested in them. Always finish the partnerships or the proposals with final notes. Otherwise, something stays up in the air and might cause troubles in the future. But how to contact them and how does the sales process look like? Firstly, know your product. Know everything we talked about in the video in-kind product management. Secondly, have your target list ready in a customer relations management system. That could be done in Google Documents as we discussed before. And now, only thirdly, not before the previous steps, you're going to make your first sales contacts by email or by phone. When you're really fresh in sales and are very much afraid to talk on phone, feel free to write an email first. This is actually not only good for you, but also for the company, as the person can read, think and act. Talking on the phone out of blue can be a very difficult thing to understand or grasp, and most probably the cold call will end with the same: write me an email. What should be in the email and how should it look like? First things first, try to find out a concrete person whom to address. It might be a sponsorship manager, marketing or sales manager, or even a CEO in the case of a smaller company. Get his or her email and write directly to him or her, starting your letter with, "Hi Jonas." In the first paragraph, explain within one sentence from where and why are you contacting him. In the second and third paragraphs, explain shortly what is the event about, what do you need, and what are you willing to offer in return. Everything in short, everything that we discussed in the other video of in-kind product management. Finally, in the end, write that you're hoping to get any kind of answer soon and add your contacts. Also, it is worth to mention that you're always ready to talk by phone or meet to go through the details and answer their questions. Even more, if you already have some partners for the event, it is good to bring some of the names out there to raise the trust towards the event itself. You're the master of your event and in-kind product, for sure. You know more than they do. No worries about answering their questions. After sending the first email, let them reflect and think a bit about your proposal. Most of the companies will not answer to you on your first email. They get many of those, and quite some are one-time emails that will never be followed up, meaning that those emails won't get another email or a call on the same topic. You be different and don't give up after not getting the answer to your first email. Sometimes, very rarely, it happens. Usually it doesn't. You won't get your answer for the first email. It is totally normal. If no answer, you have two options: either to send another email or call right away. If you have more time, sending another email is more convenient too. Simply write, "Hi Jonas, did you receive my last email or did it get lost in the middle of all the rest? I'm looking forward to hearing anything at all from your side." Make sure you write everything down in your CRM system, in your Google document of your partners. You will be thankful for yourself later on. If there is no answer also to the second email, or you're a bit more in a hurry, then do call. Try to get the number of the exact person to get straight to him. It is difficult to deal with the topic through secretaries who often don't want to let your calls through. Be aware, there are companies who will never ever answer to you, neither by email nor by phone when you have called several times. Let them go and cross out from your list after contacting them. At the same time, some simply don't check your email daily or have too much work in mailbox, thus prefer to speak by phone. Others answer emails right away and don't like to chat on phone. Use different channels to get in touch and to see which one works for the concrete partner you have. When calling, be sure you tell who you are and ask whether it is a very bad timing or the person has a couple of minutes. Don't you ever ask whether the person has time. As usually they don't, they have to run to a meeting, and it might happen that if you agree to call back later, they will not answer you. They will not answer you anymore as they already saved the number. Try another one then. But try already in the beginning to go with the sentence of very bad time, as usually it is not a very bad time to call and talk like a couple of minutes. Then explain who you are and ask whether the person has seen your email. If not, you can tell that possibly he or she could open it at the same time to have it all visual in front also. Then go over the email and explain exactly the same things written in the email. Your voice might be shaking during the first calls, but it will get better with experience, I promise. Remember, you know more than they do and you are on the same level with them as you want to offer something valuable for the company. It doesn't matter whether you're a student and he is a CEO. You are the same, on the same level. During the call, try to agree on the next step. Whether it is an answer by email, you have to call, or you will meet with them, get the next step and its timing. Then you can follow up and simultaneously raise the trust by fulfilling your promises. Details do matter in sales. Finally, after contacting the target companies for several times and getting a final answer, either it's a yes or no, then put it down into a CRM system, Google Docs, and make sure you know when and what you need to deliver your promise. Most of the times, you need to use their logo, so please don't forget to ask it. Way simpler and more professional than looking for it online and finding one with a crappy quality. When delivering the promises, make sure you put it into your to-do list and don't prioritize other tasks that come from the event side. Most probably there are many burning issues on spot of the event that you need to deal with, but when you promise to put down partners' banners, then do so. When you promise to make them video with their products and happy participants, do so as soon as you can. I know how quickly the time goes when organizing an event. Also gather as much evidence from the delivery as possible from the event itself. Make pictures, videos, print screens, get web page traffic analysis, etc. After the event, you have to send an email with reporting how it went and also adding the evidence. Of course, thanking them and using a video or something else made by members is a must. This is a great partnership delivery. Everything doesn't end when you, for example, get the apples and eat them at your event. This is where everything just starts. To wrap the sales topic up, firstly, know what is your event about and why you need a partnership. Think through what you can offer and what you'd like to get in return. When compiling a list of suitable companies, check their history in supporting different events and check your own organization's history about cooperating with them. Maybe you have already done something together in the past. Keep a Google document or other CRM system that has the up-to-date information about the developments in contacting, who has agreed with what has been done so far, and so on. Don't put all your hopes on one call or email. Sales process is long and it takes some patience, actually a lot of patience, several emails and several calls. When getting a partner, make sure that you understand what they want and how can you give or deliver it to them. Fulfill your promises. Thank you very much for hanging on. Remember, be friendly and humane as everyone you are contacting are the same as you. With the same emotions, relations and wishes as you have. Be strong, don't give up. It is going to be difficult. But you're not weak, I know, as you're still watching this video. So good luck and just be a great sales tiger.